be getting worried. I'm like, is he? But it's fine. We finally got it locked in. So I got a question for you because for people that don't know, so we are in a group chat together. That's actually how I met you. I don't think I knew of you before the chat we're in. And you mentioned a couple weeks ago, you had talked about your name change, and I think people were trying to guess what your name was before JusRzd, and so I was looking online trying to figure it out, and I couldn't. So what was your first rap name or music name? Because I have no idea.
So my first rap name, it stemmed off of a old basketball nickname. Because when I was in high school, nobody ever called me Justin, which is my actual government first name. Everybody either called me by my last name, which is Martinez, or they called me different nicknames or whatever. And so the the nickname was J-Rock.
Oh.
So
okay.
Me being super deep, creative, and poetic, I was just like, just raised on Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we gonna do. I'm gonna have all the letters lowercase with the
Right.
capital C to represent Christ, all that. And then, mind you, I'm not listening to like secular music or anything at the time. And so I had no idea about actual TDE J-Rock, even though his name is spelled totally different, but it's still like, when you say J-Rock, you automatically gonna go to TDE. You're not gonna care about nobody else. And then it was like 1,000 more J-Rocks spelled similar ways, with hyphens and all different. I was just like, fam, it's too much.
Yeah.
And Ruslan, I was a part of Ruslan's Patreon, and he originally was the one who put the bug in my ear, and I was just like, nah, I kind of want to keep it. But then when I kept seeing the name so many different times, I was just like, man, I gotta do something different. Like, I can't be associated with other people whose music is trash. Like, I can't. So I was just like, man. I mean, it's facts. Like, it looked like their cover art looked like prison photos. It was weird.
That's so funny. Well, it's funny because if there weren't other people named that, I actually think that's a dope name, and like what it stands for is dope. But then the fear people have of changing their name is they don't want to change it to something that's whack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A dope name. So how did you come up with the new name?
So with the help of Ruslan and one of my homeboys I used to rap in a group with, I was like, I need to change it, but I don't know what to change it to. I was like, my regular name is too like white collar professional. I'm like, that's not an artist name at all. So I'm like, I could do my middle name, but then I'm gonna get annoyed because I don't even like saying my middle name because it's Spanish, and then people don't really people already like. I grew up in like a very country black church, and so people were calling me Martinez instead of Martinez. So I'm like, if I'm getting annoyed at that, right?
Martinez.
If I'm getting annoyed at that, I don't even want to try to do the middle name because they're gonna destroy that. Right. So I was just like, I don't know what. So I prayed about it, and then it's crazy that you really like we. It's interesting, the funny stuff that us as Christians choose to pray about. To try to get clarity over.
Give me a name.
But it's just like I prayed about it because I was just like I was wrestling with it. I was like, I don't know. So I prayed about it, and I remember talking to Ruslan and talking to my homie, and JusRzd kind of popped out, and I'm just like, yo, that's kind of dope. And Just Blaze was always like one of my favorite producers growing up.
Right.
So it was just like JusRzd, and I didn't at first. I was hesitant because of Just Blaze, but I was just like, honestly, I ain't really heard him produce nothing in a long time. So I was just like, hey, it is what it is. So I pitched the idea to Ruslan and my homie. They was like, yeah, that's dope, but how you gonna spell it? And I was like, that's a good question. I was like, I don't know. I want to do something that's simple that people are going to remember, because and the reason why I say that is because we were doing a show when I was still going by J-Rock at this stadium at ODU. They were doing some type of high school football game, and we were performing during their halftime or whatever. One of the kids, after we got off stage, was like, yo, y'all were dope, what's your artist name so I can follow you on like SoundCloud or whatever. And so I was like, I gave him the name. I was like, it's J Rock. Spelled it out for him, gave him the meaning behind it, all that stuff. He was like, that's kind of complicated. And I was just like, you're right. He was. I didn't expect it because it was like a little kid. So I was just like, oh, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, because you gotta put if you don't put the dots in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not gonna come up. So it's like, it was like, I was just like, yeah, he's right. So I was like, I gotta give something simple that I could give off that people could remember, something that's short, sweet, and to the point. So I was like, just JUS. At first, I was like JUST, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get raised.
Right.
But then I remembered. I reflected back on like when Social Club first came out. I can't think of what the Straight Terrible. Mm-hmm. How they took like all the vowels out.
Right.
And it was just like STRT. And then however they spell terrible, because I can't think of it right now. But so I was just like, I could probably do that. Have just do JUS, and then raise, I could do RSD. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to do RSD because I feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like that's too normal. So I was like, you do RZD.
RZD, yep.
So I stand out a little bit, 6 letters, easy to remember. JUS RZD on everything. So I literally changed everything, switched everything on DistroKid, and now everything except for TikTok, because I messed up my first TikTok.
Oh no!
Everything is just raised. TikTok is the only thing that's just raised music. Everything else is just raised. So Spotify, Apple Music, Twitch, YouTube, all that is JusRzd.
It's crazy how things work out. No, you definitely landed on another dope name. That definitely stands out and is definitely short.
So when I was younger, I would say like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger?
That's good.
Yeah, kind of. Like you don't want to be like
friends, indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was
rap on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.